Let me ask you something real. How can a country blessed with so much oil, a country sitting on black gold, still struggle to fuel its own cars? It struggles to power its own homes and run its own industries. How did Nigeria, the giant of Africa, become a nation that exports crude oil, but then imports the fuel it needs to survive? This is not just an economic story. This is a story about power. It's a story about sabotage. It's a story about politics. It's a story about courage and one man who refused to accept the status quo. So sit with me. Let's take the journey together, because once you understand this story, you will understand why the Dangote Refinery is one of the most important projects in modern African history. Nigeria discovered oil in commercial quantities in the late 1950s. By the 1960s, the dream was simple. Let's refine our own fuel. Let's build our own refineries. Let's power our own future. And so the government built 4 major refineries. The first one they built was the old Port Harcourt Refinery that promises a capacity of 60,000 barrels per day. Then the new Port Harcourt Refinery, which promised 150,000 barrels per day. Then we have the Warri Refinery in Delta State. 125,000 barrels per day was promised. And then the last but not the least, we have the Kaduna Refinery, which promised 110,000 barrels per day. On paper, these refineries could produce a total of 445,000 barrels per day. This was enough to meet Nigeria's needs and even export to neighboring countries. But something went wrong. It went very, very wrong. Instead of becoming engines of national progress, these refineries became like money pits, bottomless pits, if you will. It became a political playground. It became a place for corruption to breed and symbols of wasted potential. Every few years, the government announces a kind of rehabilitation. Billions were spent, committees were set up, contracts were awarded, but the refineries never truly worked. It became a circle. You spend money, you announce that there's going to be repairs on the refinery, nothing changes, and we repeat that pattern over and over again. Military government come in, civilian government took over, the same thing kept happening. And while the refinery slept, Nigeria bled. We exported crude oil. We imported refined fuel. Can you imagine that? We lost billions in foreign exchange. Our currency weakened over the years. Inflation rose. Jobs disappeared. Industries suffered. And ordinary Nigerians paid the price. Meanwhile, a small group of people, they benefited. And those who benefited, they were those who controlled the import license, a license that was needed to import clean fuel. People who benefited were those who controlled shipping, those who controlled the approvals, right? Those who profited from Nigeria's weakness. This was the oil mafia. It was a system built to keep Nigeria dependent. For decades, Nigerians accepted it, not because they wanted to, but because they felt powerless to change it. Then came a man who saw things differently. A man who had already built empires in cement, in sugar, salt, pasta, fertilizer, even logistics, and more. A man who understood Africa. He understood business. He understood timing. He's no other than Aliko Dangote. He looked at Nigeria's energy crisis and said, why can't we fix this? Why can't we refine our own fuel? God has given us these resources in abundance. People laughed. People doubted. People even warned him, stay away. People threatened him. But Dangote, he kept going. He was focused. He bought land in Lekki, in Lagos, Nigeria. Land that powerful interests tried to block on several occasions, if you look at the documentation. He brought in engineers from around the world to bring his dream alive. He invested billions of dollars of his own money. He even fought political battles, the spoken ones and the unspoken ones. He fought regulatory battles as well. He fought sabotage. He fought the oil mafia. Some of these groups were more dangerous than the others, but the oil mafia, they were definitely more dangerous than the drug cartels. They had money, they had influence, and they had deep pockets and deep roots in the system, in politics, in government, in all things Nigeria, and even in the region. But Aliko Dangote, he refused to back down. And on May 22nd, 2023, after years of struggle, he commissioned the $19 billion Dangote Refinery. Commercial operations in that refinery actually began in January of 2024, over 2 years now. Today, this refinery produces a total of 650,000 barrels per day. This is more than all the 4 government refineries combined owned by Nigeria. This is not just a business achievement, this is a historic shift. So let's see why Dangote Refinery matters to Nigeria. Let's break it down in simple terms. Number 1, Nigeria is going to save billions of dollars. Instead of spending $10 to $15 billion a year importing fuel, Nigeria can now refine locally. That's a big deal. Number 2, more dollars stay in the country. Fuel exports bring in foreign exchange. This strengthens the naira. Number 3, jobs are created. You see, thousands of direct and indirect jobs for this new industry in a refinery becomes a reality. New opportunities for young people emerges within this. Number 4, fuel prices stabilizes. You see, local refining reduces shipping costs, it reduces insurance costs, and it cuts off the middleman. Number 5, West Africa. Yes, West Africa becomes even more secure. When Nigeria has fuel, the whole region benefits. Number 6, investors pay attention. A working mega refinery such as the Dangote Refinery, it signals that Nigeria can build big things. Number 7, Africa gains energy independence. This is bigger than Nigeria. This is continental pride. But with great success comes great risk. And as a cybersecurity strategist and a griot, I see the threats that others overlook. I would like to bring these top 5 threats to the attention of the Dangote Group, and indeed the refinery. The number 1 threat will be, of course, threat to life. And then we have nation state and geopolitical pressure. Threat number 3 will be insider threats. Number 4 will be cyber attacks on operational technology and industrial control systems. Number 5 will be geopolitical retaliation by displaced exporters. Let's go deeper. Let's break them one by one. The first threat I would like to talk about is the threat to life. When you challenge powerful interests, you become a target. You see, Dangote fought the oil mafia. These are people who made billions from Nigeria's weaknesses. Some tried to block his land, some used government policies against him, some used sabotage, some used misinformation. He's now a national treasure, Dangote is. His personal security must reflect that. Now, this is not a paranoia, but this is a reality. The second threat I would like to talk about is that of nation-state and geopolitical pressure. The refinery is now valued at over $50 billion, and it is preparing, by the way, for one of the biggest IPOs in African history. Countries that once sold fuel to Nigeria are losing billions, you can imagine. Some may respond with cyber espionage. We've seen that before. Some might respond with political pressure, misinformation campaign, attacks on shipping routes, attempts to disrupt exports. We've already seen hints of this, like sudden claims about fuel quality at the Dangote Refinery. This appeared, and out of nowhere, it disappeared again. You see, the refinery must stay alert. The third threat I would like to talk about is that of insider threats. Very dangerous. This is one of the most dangerous threats. There has been about 22 sabotage attempts inside the refinery since inception. Just imagine that. They found valves open on purpose. They found equipment tampered with. Attempts have been made to start multiple fires. Organized criminal activity. Even soldiers have been caught in recent times stealing cables. To stay safe, the refinery must control access to its premises. It must monitor contractors. It must enforce strict USB policies. It must track unusual behavior within its premises, online, within its systems, everything. It must build a culture of trust and accountability. Insiders can do more damage than external attackers. The fourth threat I'd like to talk about is cyber attacks on operational technology and industrial control systems at the refinery. You see, refineries run on complex industrial systems that control things like pressure, temperature, distillation, safety shutdown. Even though these systems are not connected to the internet, because that is standard, SCADA systems are never connected to the internet. They are isolated or air-gapped. You see, they can still be attacked, just like the Stuxnet experience in Iran. Stuxnet. Dangote must secure remote vendor access. They must maintain strong patching routines. They must protect engineering workstations. They must train employees to recognize threats. They must monitor for advanced attackers from major global powers. This is not optional. It is needed for its survival. The fifth and the last threat I would like to talk about is that of geopolitical retaliation by displaced exporters. For decades, Nigeria imported $10 to $15 billion worth of fuel every year. And they do this from Europe, from Asia, from the US Gulf Coast. Dangote Refinery threatens those profits. Some reactions will come quietly in a covert way. Some will be loud in an overt way, but they will come. You can guarantee that. You see, the refinery needs an intelligence center that tracks market movements. It must track political changes, cyber threats, social media narratives, supply chain risk. This is how you stay ahead. Now let's look into the future of Nigeria's energy story on the optimistic side. The Dangote Refinery is not just a business. It is a symbol of what Nigeria can be. It is a reminder that we are capable of greatness, and the story is still unfolding. Dangote has already announced plans to expand the capacity from 650,000 barrels per day to 1.4 million barrels per day in the next 30 months. This is a story in motion. It is history. It is unfolding right before our eyes. So to the Dangote Group, I say, treat your workers well. Train them to be security aware. Stay neutral in politics. Protect Nigeria from internal and external threats. And open the door for other capable Nigerian companies to refine oil as well. Because when Nigeria rises, Africa rises. And when Africa rises, the world pays attention. This is more than a refinery. This is a revolution. This is a new chapter. This is the story of a man who swam against the tide and he won. And if Nigeria protects his achievements, if we nurture it, if we defend it, then the Dangote Refinery will not just be a change of our economy. It will change our destiny. It will be a shining light for the world to see us. Until next time, remember, the strongest shield is an informed mind. Stay sharp, stay curious, and stay ready.